What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to DantesRantRoom, and I am your host, Dante, here to give you daily updates and commentary on controversial topics in anime, manga, gaming, nerd, and geek culture. Thank you guys for tuning in once again, and happy freaking Monday, y'all. So, these game journals are at it again, hating on Cyberpunk Edgerunners, especially this particular alleged game journal, right? Jade King, who has written a bunch of what I would call hate articles about Cyberpunk. Want to know why? Well, for the most part, it seems it's mainly because Cyberpunk has a lot of spicy content.
Here we go.
Yeah, I know. Oh my god. Anime and video games has spicy content in it. This is not surprising, but this person right here, she just cannot stand spicy content in anime and video games. I've covered articles about this person multiple times. She wrote this article here, which I also covered, where she said Cyberpunk Edgerunners Rebecca highlights anime's bizarre obsession with lolling characters. Bruh. Let me tell you something. This particular writer comes across to me as an extremely bitter person that may just hate her job. This article says Cyberpunk Edgerunners can't escape the game's juvenile personality. It sits in the shadow of 2077. Wow. Shocker. I mean, the anime is based off of the video game. So, did y'all not play the video game? I know I didn't initially. Okay, but I respect y'all to have played the video game to see that the game and anime are, basically the same. It's in the same freaking universe too. But anyway, let's see what else she had to say this time. Before I continue, make sure to subscribe to the channel, guys. We are close to 1,000 subscribers, so do me a favor and hook a brother up and smash the red button. Thank y'all for tuning in. Follow me on social medias like Instagram and Twitter. Okay, Dante's Rant Room. And let's jump right into it. This should be interesting. Cyberpunk Edgerunners isn't quite the Studio Trigger masterpiece. I don't believe that's true. I know a lot of people who would disagree with you because this show is extremely popular. Anywho, masterpiece I was hoping for. It's still great and a worthwhile expansion of CD Projekt Red's world filled with style, violence, provocation, but doesn't always stick the landing. It feels completely in the same universe as Cyberpunk 2077 for better and for worse. I mean, bruh, it is literally the same universe. So, what? Okay, fans will find a lot to love here, but for me, I was hoping for a story and characters with greater substance and purpose. Instead, the finished product was something meandering, unsure how to cement its own identity in the shadow of a game. Once destined to rule the world with only a single expansion to come, side projects are now in its unexpected lifeblood, bruh. To me, let's continue. Let's continue. This is what I got from this show, okay? It's a show that you can tell a story with awesome, diverse crew, okay, without hyper focusing on, let's say, I don't know, race, for example, which is the flavor of the year right now, okay? David Martinez being obviously Hispanic and Maine being black and clearly being the leaders of the crew show, I mean, bro, that should be dope already as it is. They were bosses within their own right. And it also showed that you could love a lolly character without being called crazy or being labeled or branded as the P word, pedos. Okay, Though you can tell the anti-lolly crew on Twitter was really itching to call you that word, but even they fell in love with the very extremely feisty mini girl. And okay, also taught a lot of people that women shouldn't be stereotyped. Cause let's face it, a lot of y'all thought that big brolic woman was a lesbian. Yeah, y'all thought that big beautiful woman was a lesbian because of how she was built. Turns out that she loves Maine's big black. Alright, you get the point. Get the point. Anyway, I love the show. I don't see why you write multiple articles about how much you hate it. If you hate it that much, I think one article would suffice to say, hey, I don't like it, it was not great. But you've written, I think, about 3 or 4 articles saying how much you hate it. And it's mostly because, 1, the lolly character, and 2, because Spice. Because, yeah. Alright. Let's continue. Drop a comment down below. Let's discuss. It says Studio Trigger is renowned for excess and exuberance, but throughout the 10 episodes, it so often feels nailed down, like it wants to do more or tell a deeper story, but it's never given the capacity to do so. It falls victim to immaturity, surface level approach to cyberpunk that never really has much to say. Corporations are bad, but haven't we moved on from that? Immaturity. Falls victim to immaturity. Are you serious right now, bruv? Are you really a game journalist? The anime literally copies the same vibe as the video game. Yes, like I said before, I was one of those guys who watched the anime first and then played the game. But when I played the game, I was like, oh crap, I can see how these connect to each other. They're basically the same thing, just telling 2 different stories. That's all it did. Like, however, bruh, I just don't understand how you guys are game journalists but still write crappy articles like this. I mean, however, once I played the game, it all made sense. Like I said, the game isn't afraid to be raunchy or hyper spicy. There's a scene in the game where Adam Smasher basically calls some girl a good F word. You know, a good piece of meat or something like that. The game, it's not that far off from the anime. The game and anime's heroes or protagonists are literally street criminals. So to not expect some kind of level of immaturity is just kind of weird to me. Like, they're criminals. You really, come on. They go to strip clubs. They go to they do narcotics. You know what I'm saying? I don't see, bruh. Who greenlights these freaking articles? Anyway, let's continue. It says there's also a juvenile attitude to sex and nudity that carries over from the game. Yes, because it's in the same universe. Cyberpunk 2077 teases a world where it can be anyone thanks to cyberware and body modifications. And Edgerunners takes this idea further than the game ever does. Body types are unknowingly bizarre, while full frontal nudity is displayed whenever a female runner dives into the net in the search of information when a job calls for it. Brain dances are filled with sex, while shots constantly frame characters like Lucy and Kiwi from behind and the side, making sure their boobs, butts, and privates are all in full view. Like I said, she just despises spicy content. It baffles me, because you write articles about anime, video games, and manga, yet till this day you are still triggered by fan service in this space, this community. How are you still triggered by this? I really do think you're in the wrong field. Maybe you should do more Disney and Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon. That seems like it'd be more up your alley, because this is clearly not for you. Anyway, it says male characters sometimes receive a similar treatment, but much like 2077, there's something quite clearly heteronormative and male gazy about the whole thing. Oh man, the evil male gaze. Oh my god, how dare you. Wow, I haven't seen an article say that one in a while, but leave it to Jade King to use that one. We are asked to Google in the straightest way since instead of nudity and sexuality being used to reinforce the role of cyberpunk in this world, it isn't smart enough for that. Yo, bro, did I say it? Did I not say it? It's simple. First of all, spicy content sells, right? We all know this. It's literally just that simple. You don't like the abundance of spicy content, then this literally isn't the job for you. It's no secret that anime, manga use spicy content all the time. And it works. It's worked for them for years, and they won't stop now because they know that people like that kind of stuff. Okay? And you guys may not want to hear it this day and age, but the bigger players of games and watchers of anime are still men. So yeah, you're gonna have to think about that one. Either way, both the game and anime aren't afraid to get spicy, and it adds on to the degeneracy and criminal elements to the franchise, you know, because they're criminals, you feel me? So I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know. You're just mad about anything to do with straight people. That's what it seems like. The problem is, J. King, is that you don't like any form of heterosexual fan service. My advice is you literally need to find a different job. Just find a different job. Anyway, what do you guys thoughts about this? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. J. King never ceases to amaze me. It just baffles me how she can just continuously write articles about things she clearly doesn't like. Like just this one, and I think there's like 2 other ones she's written about Cyberpunk and how much she does not like certain things about the game or the anime. It mostly has something to do with spicy content, girls being naked, and the lolly character, of course, anime. Bruh. Anyway, like I said, what do you guys thoughts about this? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, make sure you are subscribed for more content Monday through Friday, sometimes the weekends. We talk a lot about controversial topics in nerd and geek culture. I would really appreciate your support and growing this community. Thank you guys for tuning in. See y'all next time. Peace.